So, you spent 4 years on a finance degree, you even scored well, and you understood the theories, but still, you got rejected. Not because you weren't smart, and not because you weren't hardworking, but only because someone else acquired the same skills in 6 months and walked in with a certificate saying, I can actually do this. So today, we're breaking down how the fundamentals of hiring have changed in finance and what you have to do about it. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Your finance degree gives you the knowledge, but knowledge and skill are two very different things. Here's an analogy. Imagine someone who studied swimming by reading every book ever written about it. They know the fluid dynamics, body mechanics, and breathing techniques. Now put them in the water next to someone who practiced swimming laps for 6 months. Who do you hire as a lifeguard? That's exactly how recruiters think about finance today. The National Association of Colleges and Employers found out that only 34% of recent graduates have the critical thinking skills which the employers look for. The degree gives you the what, but the job demands the how. As of 2025, a survey of financial firms found that 87% of firms are now using skill-based hiring. Not GPA-based, not degree-based, skills-based. For example, when a recruiter at JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs opens your resume, they're not asking you your university name. They're asking questions like these. 1. Can you build a financial model from scratch? 2. Do you understand valuation, mergers and acquisitions, or comparable analysis? 3. Can you interpret a balance sheet and make a business recommendation? 4. Do you know how markets, regulations, and ethics interact? 5. Have you proven any of this and not just studied it? A degree answers the last question with a maybe, but a certification answers it with a yes. So what does a certification actually do for you? Let's look at some numbers. Finance professionals with relevant certifications can expect up to 15% higher starting salaries compared to their non-certified peers. In investment banking specifically, a research on 1,000 job postings shows that financial modeling and valuation are the most critical and required skills, appearing in nearly half of all the listings. And here's an interesting fact. 77.9% of investment banking job postings don't even specify a work experience requirement, but what they do require is a proof of competency, skills that you can demonstrate on day one. So I talked about investment banking. Let's see, out of all the parts in finance, why does this domain actually stand out? Because investment banking is a place where everything converges. Mergers and acquisitions, IPOs, debt restructuring, capital raising, and valuations worth billions of dollars. First-year analysts in the US are earning between $100,000 to $125,000 as base salary, with total compensation often crossing $200,000 if you include the bonuses. But let's talk beyond the money, and this is important. Investment banking is a skill factory. In your initial years, you'll learn more about how actually businesses work than most people often learn in their entire career. You'll build financial models, you'll work on live deals, and you'll present to the senior management. And those skills, once you have them, opens every door in finance. The industry itself is growing. Revenue is expected to surpass $456 billion globally in 2026. The opportunity is real. The real question is, are you ready? So let's see how this actually plays out in a real hiring room. Okay, so candidate A has a finance degree, a strong GPA, and they understand portfolio theory. Meanwhile, candidate B has the same degree, plus they've done a certified investment banking course. They've built LBO models, done DCF analysis on real companies, and they have walked through M&A case studies. Now let's make them sit in front of a recruiter. Who do you think will get the offer? Of course, it's candidate B. Why? Because they don't just know finance, they can do finance. Here's the thing you need to know about the finance industry. It doesn't care where you sat for learning. It cares what you can do when it matters. If you're a student, a fresh graduate, or a professional looking to level up, what you can do right now is invest in applied and industry-specific training and skills. Because the recruiters aren't waiting for perfect resumes. They're waiting for people who can walk in and get to work. Be that person. So, if you found this video useful, drop a comment below with where you are in your finance journey. Are you a student, a job seeker, or a professional looking to level up? We read every single comment. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, what are you waiting for? Click on that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any update from EdZim. And if this video helped you see finance hiring differently, share it with one person that needs to hear this right now. See you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep growing.